We have a one-of-a-kind, very special, very unique custom cue that just hit our inventory here at Crossroad Cues. Let's do a little bit of a trivia here. I'll keep you in suspense as we enjoy this beautiful, beautiful piece. I'll ask you who you think made it. It's going to be tough. You might have seen the signature in the forearm. Uh-oh. Take a look at this. This is called Chain Link, and I am honored to present this to you. This is made by one of my all-time favorite cue makers, and I do have a handful of cue makers that I not only actively do business with, but that I love to play with their cues, and this is definitely made by one of my favorites. I'll give you a hint. He is a second-generation master-level cue maker, and he builds out of the great state of Maryland. So he is one of the East Coast cue makers. For those of you that follow our page, you know that we have the privilege of dealing with some of the best of the West, and we deal with some of the guys out east. This cue was made by Phillippi Custom Cues. Now, some people pronounce it Phillippi. I got permission from Rick. He says there's no wrong or right way to do it. People have done it both ways for many years. What's really special about this, it's called Chain Link for obvious reasons. And I want to let you know that the chains that are inlaid into this and the spearheads at the top of them, they are all 100% natural material. That's the real deal right there. Going into some very nice Gabon Ebony. That's the hard stuff to get right there that everybody wants. Boy, does that look sexy with that black and white combination. This is a genuine ringtail lizard wrap, black and white. Premium ringtail lizard wrap, I might add. Installed perfectly. Just perfect marriage to the cue. You can't even feel or see any type of a seam. That's the way that it's supposed to be. The chained points, or the chain points, consist of 6 in the forearm. So you've got 3 high and 3 low. This is undoubtedly what I like to call surgical quality work. It's seamless. It's as close to perfection as you're going to get. There's no such thing as a perfect cue or a perfect cue maker, but boy, oh boy, some of these guys get close. It is very hard to capture on camera how clean and tight the inlay work is. Rick just knocked it out of the park. So the cue is actually a one-of-a-kind. There is no other one made like this with the Gabon Ebony and the all-natural inlays. He made one with the chain-style design. I believe he said it was bird's eye for a customer, and I says, hey, I would love to get my hands on one made with ebony that we could sell here at Crossroad Cues. We are an official dealer of his cues, and Rick is a great friend of ours. Again, second-generation master-level cue maker. He is one of the best of the best of the best at everything that he does, and he's also notably one of the best repair and restoration guys in the world. I highly recommend, if you need a refinish or a rewrap, get a hold of Phillippi Custom Cues. Rick is a class act to deal with all the way. So back to this beautiful creation. That is a radial pin. The butt weight on this is 15.2 ounces. It is forward balanced. There is your balance point right there, so just slightly forward balanced. You could add weight if you like a heavier cue. It's always easier to go up than it is to come down, just like our bodies. It's easy to pack that weight on, especially during the holidays. It's hard to take it off unless you're working out every day and eating clean. The cue could have weight added to it. I like the way that it plays just the way that it is. Look at those chains and just look how clean the inlay work is in this. So I spoke to Rick on the phone once we received this cue. He said he put over 20 hours just into the inlay work alone. 20 hours. And again, each inlay, each chain, each spearhead, that is all natural material. There is no overseas shipping on this, no exceptions. The joint is, I think he calls it Elfhorn. I like to call it Elfoyn, but he calls it here on the LOA Elfhorn. And I'm going to go over this with you right now. So it comes with a Letter of authenticity from Phillippi Custom Cues. You can see it was made in Pasadena, Maryland at the legendary shop. Ebony forearm, ebony butt, 318 natural inlays. So 318 all natural inlays. I mean, that's why this thing is just an absolute work of art. It looks to be simplistic, but Rick says you have no idea the amount of work that I put into this cue. Genuine black and white ringtail lizard wrap. You've got the Elfoyn joint and butt cap. And this cue is selling as valued by Phillippi for $27.50. That is not enough for this cue. You would expect to pay $3,000 and even $4,000 with all of the inlay work, the intricate design, and then of course the all-natural material. I like the way that wrap sits on that cue. So the shafts are 3.7 ounces, 13 millimeters. And as much as the cue makers do not like to make matching joint protectors, he did it as a special for us for this particular cue. So there you go. It is brand new, unchalked, unplayed. We are his official online dealer, Crossroad Cues. It's going to be on our website shortly, crossroadcues.com. If you would like to finance this, we are now offering financing with 0%. Can't beat that with a wooden baseball bat. 0% interest for up to 6 months through a firm. Just check it out at crossroadcues.com. This is going to be such a special cue for somebody to add to their collection. You will definitely want to play with it. You don't want to just set this one up in a rack. Phillippi cues have a really good, consistent hit. And what I love about the way Rick builds, you can pick up one Phillippi and go to another, and they're always going to be consistent, and the work is extremely good. So $27.50 plus shipping, available now at crossroadcues.com. Thanks for taking a peek.